Alex Bregman, newest member of the Boston Red Sox, just sat down. I'm Chris Curtis, Jermaine Wiggins, Patriots Super Bowl champion Jermaine Wiggins, and Courtney Cox here. Very nice to meet you, Alex. Hi. How does it feel to be a member of the Boston Red Sox?
Great. Feels good to be here. It's been an awesome 2 weeks, so looking forward to continuing to get after it and get ready for the season.
Alex Cora just sat here before you, and he had many nice things to say about you. He said
many. That's an understatement.
He said you were, quote,
woo!
If I don't want to get this wrong, Abby's here from the Red Sox. He called you perfect.
Yes.
He did. What is your relationship like with Cora, and how important was he in getting you here?
No, it's been great. Honestly, spoke with him a ton all off season long, just kind of talking about Boston, this team, the future of this team, our time together, and kind of what he would expect from me playing here. And our relationship's been great. He's a gamer. He loves baseball. Hard worker. Guy who just is going to compete every single day, and I can't wait to play for him.
And right before we do this, I will be fired if I don't get this in. The show being here from Spring Training is co-sponsored by MacFarlane Energy, the heating, cooling, and bioheat delivery pros that Eastern Mass and all of Cape Cod depend on at MacFarlaneEnergy.com, by the E.L. Harvey companies, including Nasa Disposal and Miga Disposal, your local trash collection and recycling providers, by Evviva Trattoria, Italian-inspired, locally made from fresh, whole, locally sourced ingredients, and by friends at Shaw's and Star Market, perfecting the art of fresh.
Another thing that Alex Cora brought up was your mentality before and after 2017 and how you rebounded from that going into 2018. You kind of cut out the noise, having to travel around and hear what people were saying. Do you feel different from before 2017 and after, and how you've responded to that?
Well, I think you can just you learn a lot from experiences in your life, and you learn. I think honestly, at the end of the day, it's made me a better person and leader, and I feel like I've grown up a lot and learned a lot, and I'll be able to share experiences with a lot of people, and hopefully teach them.
Alex, one of the things that we kind of talked about, and he tapped into a little bit, but it is the elephant in the room, the fact that you're an outstanding third baseman when it comes to fielding, and there's Rafael Devers has played that position, and there's this kind of competition. How do you kind of approach this? And I know you said that, hey, I'll do whatever AC does, but as a former player, I know that there's like, when you feel like you do something well, that's where you want to be. What's your mental approach knowing that, okay, maybe I might have to start the season off at another position, or I really am hoping that I start the position off at third base?
No, I think I said this earlier in camp, and to be honest, it's an honor to be Rafi's teammate. I've admired watching him play for so long from across the field, and to be able to be on his team and pulling on the same end of the rope has been awesome. I feel like this has been talked about way more in the media than it has at all in the clubhouse at all.
That's what we do.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about it. We've all just been kind of keeping our head down, getting to work, and like you said, I'll play anywhere. I truly mean it, and whatever AC and wherever he tells me to play, I'll be ready to play.
And I think that Patriots fans, Boston fans, can relate to what it meant for you to win that second championship with the Astros, where for so long the Patriots were, well, you only won because of this, the footballs or the spying or whatever. And then those Patriots fans, those championships after those scandals broke, felt even more rewarding. What was it like for you as a guy that was a leader? Alex Cora talked about how there's a lot of guys. He actually said, Altuve's great, Alvarez is great, all this, Dusty's great, but Bregman was the guy, the glue that led the team out of that mess and into another championship. What did it feel like to win after the 2017 events?
Well, I think I obviously had a lot of great teammates and coaches there, and I feel like for all of us, every year is different when you start out in spring training. Every team is different. I feel like during the runs of the Patriots, I feel like obviously there are certain guys that are there, but I feel like the roster is different every year, and there's like a little bit of a different feel every year. So you kind of got to find a way to, how's this team going to win, and how's this team going to be really good. So I think obviously I think we pitched the ball really well in 2022, and I think we had a lot of guys offensively step up and play well throughout the playoffs that year. But I think overall, over the course of our career, being able to execute in the postseason on the mound and execute defensively, I think that's been the bread and butter baseball-wise as far as what gets the job done in the postseason against these really good teams like the Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox. So I don't know. I think obviously it was great to win that year. It was a lot of fun going into a hostile Philly environment, and felt like we were playing in a college football stadium during those games. Like the crowd was like bouncing up and down, especially after they won Game 3 that year. I think they won like 5-0 and hit 5 homers, and it felt like the crowd was on top of you. Overall, you're right. It did feel really good to win that year.
What's amazing is how good you are and your ability to execute at Fenway. And I can listen to the stat heads, I can listen to the experts that break down tape, but you personally, what is it about Fenway, about the Green Monster, that makes you so dominant?
I don't know.
It's unbelievable, and that's why I think everybody's so hyped to have you here now. So
I think the first game I ever played there, actually, AC told me, he said, you need to try and hit the ball low to right field and high to left field, because he's like, you're a little guy, you don't need to be trying to hit the ball out to right field here. So play to your strengths, I guess. And I don't know. I feel comfortable. I see the ball well there. And I don't know. I think when it's Monday in Boston and it's still sold out, and Sweet Caroline's playing, and the crowd's going crazy on a Monday or a Saturday night or whatever, it's just an elite atmosphere that gets you up for every single game, and definitely played a big role in why I wanted to go to Boston. The fans are incredible. I feel like every game means something during the regular season, and yeah, I feel like that it's a good healthy pressure.
One of the things that Cora talked about was obviously your leadership skills and what you bring to the clubhouse. When you come into a different situation, you talked about every year is different, every team is different, but now you're coming into a new environment in the clubhouse where you're looked at as being a leader for guys that you don't really know or you're getting to know. What's that been like for you in this growth of you as a player to kind of take on that role for a team for the past couple of years that hasn't been good, finished in last place 2 of the last 3 years? What have you kind of brought into that clubhouse from obviously your experience and being such a successful player?
No, like I think obviously being in Houston and being around the same group of guys, whether it's the same minor league system throughout, and seeing guys come up from AA, AAA, you get to know guys over the course of time. And when you're with an organization for so long, you kind of understand how to lead that group. I think the biggest thing for me since being here is I'm trying to find out what makes every single person in the clubhouse tick, what makes them be their best and play at their best and perform at their best. And
have you figured out Casas yet? Because none of us have.
Hey, he's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
He really is.
Sorry.
No, it's a fine question. But I think that the biggest thing is finding out what makes every single player go, and finding out a way to get the best out of them on a daily basis. I think is very important. Communication is key. I've probably been talking too much to all the guys since I've been here. I've been asking them way too many questions, just trying to get to know everybody and figure out kind of this team's dynamic. Obviously, they haven't made the playoffs in a few years, but playing from the other side of the field against them, you couldn't tell that. The way they play, how hard they play, it fires me up. Jarren Duran in the leadoff spot, he sets the tone for this team with just how hard he plays. Every single time he's busting his tail down the line, stretching singles to doubles, scoring from first. It's been a fun group to play against because every single night they compete, And I've relayed that message to them that I loved watching them compete over the last few years, and we've had some good battles against each other, and I'm excited to be their teammate.
And you're, obviously talented player, Gold Glove winner, 2-time World Series champion, all that. But it feels like you're here primarily for what you just described, that this team is talented. They have a bunch of young guys coming up ready to go. And the second halves the last couple of years have been really the Achilles heel, whether it's injuries, attrition, whatever. They haven't been successful. It feels like, you're number 2 because you weren't taking number 1. You take things personally. And I believe that that's why Cora was so dead set on getting you in here, that this team was now ready to take the next step.
Well,
And
I'm still young. I could play a little bit too still.
Yeah. I mean, don't believe me. It was all Cora.
These are old heads that you're talking to. They don't get it.
Believe me. I peaked athletically at age 6. It feels like all those things are what was the catalyst to get you here, that Alex and others in the organization believe that you're the guy that can sort of shine the light ahead and lead on the field, but also in that clubhouse.
Well, I can only speak for myself, but in looking from the outside in at this organization, I feel like this organization's set up to win for a very long time. If you look at the prospects in the minor leagues, if you look at the young talent in the big leagues, the veteran players in the big leagues, and the franchise players that you already have, and Rafi and Jaron, and I think this organization's set up to win, and that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to come here. I've been in the playoffs every single year of my career, and I want to keep that going.
Curtis brings up your number 2, and obviously we all know why you are number 2, but we've had great players here in Boston that have worn number 2, Xander Bogaerts, but also whenever I'm at spring training, I think of Jerry Remy, and just wondering, I guess, selfishly, if you have any Jerry Remy stories, if you ever met him, if you, he was a remarkable guy both on the field and up in the booth, so.
No, I don't have any stories, but I did text Bogaerts before we trained together in the off season in Arizona, and I texted Bogaerts, and Bogey, I said, I will not wear number 2 with Boston if you don't want me to, because he had such a great career here, and I'm only doing this with your blessing. And he was like, I want you to wear number 2, go do it. I wouldn't want anybody else to. So that was pretty cool. Good conversation.
That's awesome.
One of the things that Cora talked about, and we probably like to hear a little bit more from you, obviously with the number 2, and just that determination to prove people wrong about you, and I think that's what really separates a lot of players, regardless of sports, when a guy has a chip on his shoulder and feels like that they're always being second guessed, or they always feel like no one's counting on you to do what it is you can do. What are some of the things that motivate you to still continue to grind at that kind of level and that mindset?
I think winning motivates me the most right now, and always has, really. I feel like since my freshman year of high school, every team I've been on has been in the playoffs every single year, and made a decent run at it. I feel like growing up, I played this game to win. I know that in the baseball world now there's showcases and stuff like that, but when I was growing up and we were playing travel ball across the country, it was like we were playing to win. We were I played for the Albuquerque Baseball Academy in New Mexico, and there was maybe, I don't know, not a lot of guys from New Mexico really went on to play. Actually, we have one now, Matt Moore, just signed with Boston, but not a lot of guys from New Mexico really played at the next level, let alone the big leagues. And I feel like we always had that kind of mentality everywhere we went around the country, whether it was coming to Arizona or Florida or Texas. When we were playing somebody, we wanted to show hey, we can play down here too. And I guess I kind of just adapted that. I don't know if it's in New Mexico, a chip on your shoulder from a young age that, hey, we can play down here too. And I think, like I said, what motivates me right now is winning. What motivated me forever has been winning, and I feel like I have a really good chance to do that here. And I'm excited.
Yeah, Wiggy's the only guy from Eastie to ever be a tight end in the
Yeah,
NFL.
no.
So.
My career, I was undrafted, and I was able to play a long time and as an undrafted guy. So I understand when you have this chip because they say you can't do this, not fast enough, you're not big enough, whatever it is, and that when you see players that have that mentality, I think those guys resonate in a clubhouse, in a locker room with their peers because people really respect that drive and that kind of, he has that dog in him.
And I just got to wrap. I know we're getting done right here. We have our midday show, Jones and Keefe, did a segment trying to get the right home run call for Alex Bregman. So, Shime, why don't we play the best, and we'll see if Bregman has a favorite here. So here you go.
An A-bomb from A-Breg. Foghorn Breghorn. I said another home run for Foghorn Breghorn. A-B-C ya. Breg on your face. Crack a few Bregs. Bregatron's good. Hammond Bregger. Bregan the Stallion. Figure 4 Breglock.
So, Breg and the Stallion, Breg on your face, any of those resonate, or should we go back to the drawing board, Alex?
I think we need to go back to the drawing board.
Even though Megan the Stallion's from Houston, I don't think you know Megan the Stallion.
Welcome to Boston, Alex. Thank you for the time this morning, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Good luck,
Thank
brother.
you guys. Appreciate it.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank
All
you.